Shiba Inu. Let's talk. So this is it's an altcoin that's mooned. It's a competitor to Dogecoin. It's an ERC20 token, which means it's a token on the Ethereum blockchain. And I think a lot of the things that people miss, they miss this with Dogecoin, like, oh, the value's gone up. Like, I will never hold a serious amount of Dogecoin. I will never hold a serious amount of Shiba Inu ever. I will not. It's not. These are not long-term strategies. And the reason being, Dogecoin isn't just Bitcoin with a different name. It's a fork. Dogecoin is a fork of Bitcoin, and you're not going to trust Dogecoin because it doesn't have as many miners. Miners are what secure the network, and Bitcoin has far more miners, far more computing power mining against it, and it's securing the network. And Shiba Inu, it's a token on top of it's a meme coin on top of a thing that you can treat it as an NFT almost. It's not. I do not think it's a real solution in the crypto space. Boom. Okay, that's the 60 second. Talking to some homies like, yo, give me your hot take on Shiba Inu. NLW actually, by the Breakdown podcast, great podcast. I started listening to it recently. I fucking love it. He puts out content, bite-sized content, like 8 to 15 minutes, almost every day. Damn, I think every day. Holy schnitzel, good for him. But he has a great podcast on it. But I just want to riff quickly on this. Because I think people just misunderstand that they think the same reason that people think, oh, if you just fork Bitcoin and then just create another unlimited supply. No, there's only one Bitcoin. And Dogecoin. So let's start with Dogecoin because that's kind of the OG. So Dogecoin is a fork of Bitcoin, which means they took the software, they took Bitcoin software, they just forked it, and they forked the chain, and they started just creating a shit ton of them. And you might say, okay, well, why don't we just all make Dogecoin? Why is that just not the new Bitcoin? Well, the reason it's not the new Bitcoin is because I'd say two reasons. One, it doesn't have the mining. The whole thing that makes cryptocurrency secure is the proof of work. The algorithm that's running on millions of machines with a ton of computing power against it, all doing work to reach consensus. Now, if Dogecoin were actually became worth a shit ton of money and people started I'm not saying it can't bootstrap a community around it, and it has a community, but it can't become secure and become I'm not saying it's impossible. It's technically possible, but the part of the trust with Bitcoin is there's only going to be 21 million, and there's a bunch of miners all over the world that are not in China anymore that are securing the network. With Dogecoin, it's not as secure. There's not nearly as much computing power against it. So you would not trust. You're not going to trust it as a store of value because it's more likely to be hacked. Full stop. It's not just a copy of Bitcoin. It's a weaker form of Bitcoin, and they just printed a shit ton. And who knows? They might change. There's also the second piece of the culture around it, the social culture around it. That Dogecoin could maybe however many they're printing today. The whole joke with Dogecoin is they print a shit ton of it. They mint a ton of them. Bitcoin, there will only ever be 21 million. Dogecoin, who knows what the max cap is, but that could change too. The miners could collude. The community could collude and say, okay, we're going to actually make more. So that's not a good store of value. And that's not what it is. I get it. I'm not being a boomer shaking my hand at the sky. Not even boomer, greatest generation maybe. God bless, no disrespect. I'm just saying I'm not like, oh, I don't like Dogecoin. But it's like, I'm just trying to explain this is the reason that it's not, why I don't see long-term value here. I kind of view Dogecoin and Shiba Inu, which we'll get into a little bit of the details of Shiba Inu too. It's like an NFT. It's like owning it's kind of fun, and there's value in that. Absolutely. I remember talking to a homie, buying a lottery ticket is just throwing money away. Well, you pay $2.50 to feel something. Okay, well, that's a good counter. So I get that argument, and it's owning kind of a piece of digital. A digital good. It's a digital property that you can say, okay, I have this, but there's a shit ton of them, so that argument's kind of not that great. So Shiba Inu is an ERC20 token, so it was definitely meant to compete with Dogecoin. Actually surpassed the market cap of Dogecoin. And looking at their website, there's always litmus test. My homies will send me some things to look at, some coins to look at. And the litmus test is always just look at the website, and if the coin looks like it's a marketing website, like it's getting you to buy it, or it's a premiere, it's like flashy and like, oh, this is the new hot thing, run away. And that's exactly what the Shiba Inu thing is. They're talking about, they have their what do they have? They have their bone. There's the sheep coin, but then there's the bone coin, which is, I think they're gonna make some million amount of I've got 10 million of that, and then there's the leash coin, which is only 127k. And they're building some stuff around it. I think some NFT stuff around it, and yeah, I that's all, that's cool that they're building something, and maybe it will work out. I don't. The other piece of this, so it's an ERC20 token. I think it is burned in that. So number one, you can't really trust where they put the coin. So he said they would burn in another wallet, burned with Uniswap. I guess you can kind of see that, but you don't know that they actually burned a bunch of the minted coins. So someone could theoretically flood the market. But say that's not even possible. Also, one quick thing people say: someone bought $8,000 worth like a year ago when it was first, and now it's worth that. Well, it's worth $1 billion. It's called one-sided liquidity. If you actually tried to sell $1 billion worth of Shiba Inu, you would not be able to. You don't have $1 billion worth of buyers. So to say a wallet's worth $1 billion, we'll try selling it. That's why I'm always like, even the market cap of any of these cryptocurrencies, if you try to sell every single Bitcoin, if someone had the market cap of Bitcoin's, almost $1 trillion. Someone tried to sell it all, obviously the price would go down. That's true of equities as well. It's true of stocks as well. But it's, it's a little bit different. So yeah, and the other thing is the dev ecosystem. So besides as with Dogecoin, we didn't really get into this with Dogecoin, but the dev ecosystem around it. So something like Ethereum, I'm gonna believe in that platform more. I mean, Shiba Inu is built on top of Ethereum. It's an ERC20 token. Ethereum has Node software in a bunch of different languages, has a whole community around it. It's been doing this for years. You can trust it. Shiba Inu is this new thing on the block, and it doesn't mean everything new starts out as new, right? Whoa, that's super woke. Everything's new starts out as new. So I'm not going to dog it just because it's new, and there can be competitors to Ethereum. That's not what I'm saying. But this is to start trusting it with things like NFTs and start trusting it with building shit on top of it. If I'm a developer, if I'm trying to start a company, I'm going to build on something that is stable, that isn't a meme coin. They call themselves a meme coin on the thing, which that's okay. I'm not, they know what they are. They're having fun. Hashtag Shiba Inu army, whatever. But when I'm in the crypto space and I think about the interesting projects, boring is actually good. Bitcoin is boring. It's the most successful. Relatively boring. They don't have some new flashy updates that, it's going to do this now. We're going to do this and this and this. Ethereum, definitely more boring. It has this long multi-year development process, development roadmap. They have their weekly or monthly dev sync calls that are kind of, they're kind of boring. It's like work. It's actual work. Actual work is boring. And you're going to trust that Ethereum is going to be around in 5 years. Shiba Inu, you're going to build on top of it. Probably. It could be around in 5 years. Maybe it will be. Maybe it'll be super successful. But these are the ways I think about this stuff. And honestly, I know literal dog shit about Shiba Inu. I looked at the website. I listened to a couple of that podcast on it. I don't know much, but I'm just telling you this isn't. You don't just spawn a coin and say, oh look, it has a bunch of, Shiba Inu army. That's not how a cryptocurrency actually wins in the long term, right? Like this isn't the way. It's methodical development year after year. People got on board. Multiple developers are contributing to it. And maybe Shiba Inu could get to that point, but this isn't. Ethereum and Bitcoin, the two most successful, did not start out like as, this is a meme. They're like, no, we're going to actually build something. We're going to do something. We're going to disrupt something. We're going to do this is serious. Shiba Inu is not serious. But do I overall am I pissed off? I think people are going to what was that coin? Squid Game coin went to zero. I think people lost a lot of money on that. Well, that could always go up, but I don't know. That's a meme coin. This meme coin, I think people could lose some money for sure. But it made Coinbase the number one selling app on the App Store, or the number one most popular app. So I think it's bringing more people into crypto. I think overall that's a good thing. It's just making people more aware of the space and what you can do with it, and the fact that you can, even have even build these things on. It's bringing more people. Oh, what's Shiba Inu? Oh, it's built on Ethereum. What's Ethereum? Boom! It's bringing more people in. Now, I think some people are going to lose money on this, of course, and I think it's kind of, you may say, oh, this is the the wrong way to bring people in. No, all press is good press for cryptocurrency right now. I'd say the more people that are getting exposure, the more people playing with it, the more people interfacing with it is only a good thing. So, congrats. They became meme worthy. Right on, Shiba Inu. But yeah, that's my my quick hot take on that. Yeah, like I said, I'm trying to do some shorter episodes. Just get my thoughts out there real quick on some of these things. Search No Gradient wherever you get your podcast. Find this podcast. Dick Lucas, great riffing with you. You can find us on YouTube. Us, me, your boy. Also on Twitter, Instagram, Dixie. Look, no one follows me from this shit on Twitter. No Gradient Podcast. You know the deal. We're on YouTube. Check the show notes. Yeah, all chill. Thanks so much for joining. This was fun riffing. And until next time, Shiba Moon Goat.